Welcome to the R&D podcast. My name's Dalton. I'm here joined with
RJ.
you're in for an interesting one today. We got Alabama and Florida State. You got an Alabama fan and an Auburn fan that's about to talk about this game. Um, could get kind of heated. Anyways, let's move into the first topic. Got two new coordinators for Florida State. You got Mike Norvell, who had a great season with Travis. Jesus, I can't think of his name now.
What's his name?
Jordan Travis. He had a great season. He had a great season with Jordan Travis 2 years ago, and then he had a bad season last year. Lackluster. They were a playoff team, lost to Georgia Tech in the opener, and then just kind of disappeared from there. Moving on to this year, Florida State picks up two new coordinators, and Tony White and Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn, you're familiar with as an Auburn fan. I'm familiar with as a Bama fan, sadly. Tony White, great defensive mind, one of the best in college football. What are we looking for in this matchup? What do you think Alabama needs to do to get this win on the road?
Definitely contain Thomas Castellanos. So I say his name?
Castellanos.
Yes. Contain him. Florida State also brought in two good receivers, Squirrel White and Deuce Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Two good receivers. So if you can contain Thomas in the pocket, Alabama should win this game.
Yeah, I agree. Castellanos' best ability is the ability to improvise. Whenever you make him sit in the pocket and throw the ball, he seems to kind of be lackluster. Sometimes he makes good decisions, sometimes he doesn't. But if Alabama can really hold him in the pocket, make him throw the ball, make him, beat him with his arm.
A lot of shit talking he's been doing too.
Yeah, he has been running his mouth a lot before this game, which, like press conference held yesterday or the day before, he stated that Florida State was the best defense. His own Florida State defense is the best defense he'll play all year. Now, do you take that as like, hey, I'm hyping up my own team, I don't mean anything to the opponent by it, or do you take it as a little bit of like a dig to other teams that they'll play this season? Do you take it as a shot?
I feel like he's just talking good about his team, honestly, giving them confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was taking a shot at anyone.
I agree. What do you expect a transfer quarterback to do when he goes into a team? Like, you got to kind of boost up your team, hype up your team, no matter what. You look at Diego Pavia, what he's done.
He's very cocky.
Yeah,
but he
delusional confidence sometimes comes out. And sometimes makes plays. So you look at this game. You got Todd Simpson, his first starter on the road. What do you think Alabama needs to do to get Todd Simpson going?
There's nothing.
Nothing they can do. You don't think they can do anything? Okay. You don't think, maybe establish the run?
Yeah.
Get the ground game working?
Will Jam Miller be there?
He will not be there.
He won't?
Nope.
Like, for sure?
Maybe for sure we'll miss the first game.
Well, Richard Young. Right?
Yep.
Establish Richard Young, start of the game. Open that up. Then if Alabama can control Florida State's defensive line, I feel like Ty Simpson can air it out to Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, or
Jeremy Bernard.
Yes.
Alabama has a great wide receiver room.
Also Ty Simpson's legs.
Mm-hmm.
So if Florida State doesn't contain Ty Simpson, Tom Simpson can rush all game.
One thing about Ty is a lot of people believe he's a better passer than Milroe, which I don't argue with, but Milroe is definitely a better runner than Ty. But people take Ty as just a pocket passer. This kid is sneaky athletic. He can get outside the pocket. He can make you pay with his legs. You've seen him. I think he had one rushing touchdown get called back last year, and then he actually scored on a read option another time, just in this, kind of like in the game play.
The one he lost the ball early.
Yeah, and then he had that happen too. But either or, the kid can run. He can get to the end zone with his legs.
Yeah, he can.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So Todd Simpson this game needs to stay, controlled. You don't have to make too many plays. You got a lot of playmakers around you. You don't have to be the hero. Just do your job, do your role, and perform to the best of your abilities, and everything will work itself out. You got guys like Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, the transfer from Miami. You lose Jam Miller, who is set to have a great year this year, which he'll be back at some point, but he won't be there for the first game. But you got guys in the backfield that are former 5 stars. You got guys like Richard Young, A.K. Deere. I mean, you have some absolute studs in that backfield. They're just waiting for them to separate themselves, as DeBoer said in press conferences. Looking at Florida State's defense, right? What is the game plan going in this game? Would you rather them force Todd Simpson to throw the ball short and take his checkdowns, kind of like you would treat a younger quarterback, like in an Arch Manning and Julian Sand, matchup, like how keep everything in front of you, shut down the run, keep all the receivers in front of you? Is that kind of what you're looking at, or maybe play him a little differently?
Yes, I do believe in that scheme. Let him throw the ball. Don't let him get out of the pocket. Start making plays if you get out of the pocket, because I think Thompson is fast.
Mhm.
I don't think he has a better arm than Milrow, but he has an accurate arm than Milrow. So I don't believe Ty Simpson will just beat you deep, but do believe he'll beat you with his legs.
No doubt, no doubt. Todd Simpson's got a good arm. We have yet to see completely of what he has shown, but
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. This game, the timing of this game, right? First week, 2:30 kickoff, Tallahassee. They're calling for rain off these hurricanes that we're getting. But if it's not rain, it's probably going to be muggy, hot. It's going to be a different type of. I mean, kind of used to it in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. There's a lot of humidity around here. But kind of looking forward to that game. If it's raining, Alabama's got to be able to establish the run game. And you have some good offensive linemen returning for Alabama. I think they're able to do that. But then also on the flip side of things, stopping FSU and Thomas, Castellanos from getting outside the pocket. You look at Alabama's defense. What do you see when you look at Alabama's defense returning 9 out of 11 starters? You have a guy like Dijon Lee, a freshman who is making big impacts, probably going to start in a loaded defensive back room. What do you need to see from Alabama's defense, and who do you think will be a standout?
Well, the standout will be Deontay Lawson to me.
Mm-hmm.
Really good linebacker, probably one of the best in the SEC right now, right?
Yeah, he may or may not be there for the first game, but then you have a guy like Justin Jefferson beside him.
Justin Jefferson, then you got Xavier Brown, Bray Hubbard. You got a really good defense, and I feel like Alabama's defense will help them out a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think their offense will be explosive. Y'all's offense will be explosive, that explosive. But y'all do have receivers. I just don't believe in Ty Simpson, honestly.
So you don't think our offense will be explosive due to the fact that Ty Simpson will not be able to get the ball to the receivers?
Yes.
So do you expect Keelan Russell to come in at some point during this game, or maybe games after?
Maybe games after, not this game. I feel like Kalen DeBoer will give Ty Simpson at least. Well, who y'all got the week after?
Small LA Monroe.
Then Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like.
And then a bye week in Georgia.
I feel like Kalen DeBoer will give him at least 2 or 3 games, unless he's just selling the damn Florida State game,
Yeah.
But yes, I do believe Keelan Russell or Austin Mack will come in.
I think Ty Simpson, like you have the opinion that Ty Simpson's not going to be the guy. Me, on the other hand, I look to Ty Simpson to be a good player, kind of like a Jake Coker, kind of like an AJ McCarron.
I believe he's a good quarterback, just not in the SEC.
Okay. I'm going to say I disagree with you. I think Ty Simpson will do good anywhere he goes. I think he will be a guy that you don't have to make too many plays, right? You got guys around you where you don't have to overcomplicate things, kind of like Peyton Thorne last year. He had the tools around him. He didn't have to overcomplicate things, and sometimes he did, and he turned the ball over.
A lot of communication issues.
A lot of communication issues, a lot of stuff like that. Like Ty Simpson, if he can take charge of the offense, be the guy that leads, be the guy that's on time, be the guy that's communicating with these receivers, making sure they're running the right route, making sure he's throwing the ball where it needs to be. And he doesn't have to be, Jalen Milrow run for 150 yards in a game to win the game. Now, you don't have to have that. You got guys around you that are former 5 stars, former 4 stars. I mean, Ryan Williams was one of the best receivers in the country. Like, get them the ball, let them make the play. You're the quarterback. You steer the way the game flows. Be a game manager. And that's what I look for Ty Simpson to be in this game. Is a complete game manager, establish a run early, and then after that, you can work in your play actions when you get into that second floor area, and really make Florida State's defense pay. Florida State, over the past 2 years, have brought in a lot of transfers in the offseason. Last year, it didn't really help them, but this year, it could be a different story.
Yes, they have a lot of good transfers that came in, especially on defense and then offense too, yes.
Squirrel White, huge addition for them. But even with all that being said, ESPN has this matchup at a 90% favorite for Alabama. What are your comments on that, with them being that big of a favorite? I mean, do you disagree with that without going into score prediction?
Yes, I do disagree with that without going into the score prediction. Yes.
I mean, Alabama opened up at 11-point favorite. They're now a 13.5-point favorite. Pretty big spread, pretty wide
If
spread.
it's gonna be raining, also, I feel like it's gonna be a dogfight in Tallahassee.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a tough game either way. We move on to the score prediction. We kind of got out of the way that Alabama returns a good defense. Florida State picked up some transfers. Gus Malzahn's offense could be scary for the Crimson Tide, and the fact that you never know what he's going to throw at you. But also in this year, when Womack doesn't have to play, Alabama's defensive coordinator, he doesn't have to play, a lot of freshman guys. He has more depth in that defensive back room. You may end up seeing more schemes throughout a game instead of a lot of people stay in the same scheme throughout the whole game. I think you'll see different from him. I think you'll see the defense change it up because they have more depth. You got to think about what Alabama lost last year in the transfer portal when DeBoer transferred in because of the fact that the portal opens when Nick Saban retires. You lose 20 or so guys, right, out of the portal. So you lose a lot of depth. Then you're trying to piece back together your roster, but you're also having to get ready for, spring camp at the same time. It's a difficult spot. This year, you retain all your players. Nobody transfers out. So I think Alabama has more depth, which will allow their scheme to flourish more. And you also, the addition that we haven't talked about, Ryan Grubb coming to Alabama from the Seahawks, Kalen DeBoer's original guy. I think that's going to do wonders in this offense. I think Ryan Grubb's a great offensive coordinator. You look at the receptions for the Seahawks receivers last year compared to the year before. The targets, the reception rate went completely through the roof because he was able to get the route combos and get people open. You have Jackson Smith at the Seahawks. You had DK last year. You had some absolute dogs on that team, and he was able to get the ball to them. But moving on to the score prediction, I'll let RJ start us off. This one's a really interesting one. I don't agree, but we'll let him talk about his side.
Well, Gus Malzahn was a Bama beater at Auburn, right? They also had a coach, Nick Saban, greatest of all time, So give me the Noles 27-24 in Tallahassee. I don't think Alabama's I feel like Alabama's defense is going to have troubles with Gus Malzahn's offense. So 27-24, Florida State. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. I believe in Florida State Seminoles.
Respectable. I'll let your opinion be your opinion.
I'm not even hating on Alabama, man. I just believe in Florida State, man. At Florida State. So go ahead.
I would believe in the 2-10 comeback.
It's a lot different, man. I'm telling you, you're sleeping. You're sleeping.
Gets benched
you're sleeping on Florida State.
I understand what you're saying.
You're sleeping on Florida State.
I completely disagree, but do not understand.
Everyone's sleeping on Florida State, bro. I'm telling you. Florida State is going to make a stand this year. I'm telling you.
Then they're going to make a playoff run this year. You see them doing that?
No.
No. What do you see them doing? Do you see them winning the ACC? Compete with Miami? Compete with Clemson?
I feel like they come in fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah.
That's respectable. I got Alabama winning 38-24. I think it's a good. They covered the spread just barely. I think the first half you'll have a little bit more of a shootout game.
What do you mean by shootout?
Maybe not a shootout game, but you'll have a closer game.
Yeah.
First half, you'll maybe see a 17-10 ball game. And I think as the game progresses, Alabama's depth and the comfortability on Todd Simpson kind of getting comfortable, getting in the flow of things, the offense starts clicking. I think Alabama will kind of proceed to run away with the game a little bit. Not a complete blowout, but definitely a statement win. Yeah. In Tallahassee to start off the year, get the year going the right way. And then you go home to play LA Monroe, and you're looking forward to Wisconsin and Georgia. But really and truly, this one's been an interesting one. Two kind of conflicting opinions on this game. I like it though. It's good. It's good for the show. Good for
you're gonna be at the game, right?
I'll be at Tallahassee.
Whoa!
I'll be in Tallahassee. Blessed to be able to go to that one. I'll be FaceTiming RJ.
Okay.
But this has been a good one. This has been an R&D podcast. My name is Dalton.
RJ.
And we'll catch you next